Alright, it's time for the second one. As promised, and as I stated, this reaction review is going to be Return of the Living Dead 3. As I protect my dinner from my dog who is trying to steal it. This is another zombie movie, although this one's supposed to be a more traditional one, in the sense that we're not dealing with infected, we're dealing with more standard, the actual zombies, as people who think way too much about horror films will tell you. Anyway, it looks to be a more interesting film. It's gonna be. I know a bit more about the plot, the direct plot of this film, than I did 28 Days Later, because I actually read a plot synopsis here, so I know basically what's gonna happen, in a sense. But I think I still don't know enough that there'll be enough surprises in store for me. God damn it, another one of those fucking security stickers. That it'll make for an interesting reaction and review. So, you really think that I would, after the last time, just unwrap this before I start recording? But no, no. That would be smart. Well, alright. I gotta look and see what this video was, when this movie was made. When were you made? You are gonna tell me, aren't you? Let's see. Copyright information. Come on. There's gotta be a date somewhere on here. Anywhere. I don't know. The DVD's plain as hell, so be able to tell. Well, the reason I was looking is because this opening. The film quality actually is, the opening is cheesy as hell. It's got really like jarring or just cheap looking intro text, and this film is really grainy. I mean, not really grainy, but notably grainy. I mean, I guess that kind of adds to the charm of it. I know this is gonna be a lower budget film, but there is not a date on here. I don't know when this film was made. But I think this was the mid-90s, and the film just looks kind of cheap looking. But I guess that's appropriate. Okay. This top secret government building they're inside of. I'm going to assume they're supposed to be inside the steel container or a steel, vault, because it's a top secret area. That's not fucking steel. That's not even close to looking like steel. I'm not even sure if it's plastic. It looks almost like styrofoam. What? So the kid is on a bike with his girlfriend. He goes to the military to an MP, who, by the way, looks like he's 14. So I don't believe that that's an MP for 1 second. Says, "Oh, I'm going to see my dad," and the MP just waves him through. What the hell? I'm amazed that a movie like this, which with a marginally lower budget, has infinitely better pacing than 28 Days Later. I don't think we're 15 minutes in. I haven't really been keeping track. But I don't think we're even 15 minutes, and something is actually happening. At this point, in 28 Days Later, we were still walking around London. What is so hard to understand about this concept of shoot it in the head? Maybe the zombies in this universe work differently, I don't know. But I've never encountered a zombie film series or movie or anything like that where shooting it in the head didn't work. Wait a minute. Okay. They were in the middle of a sex scene, right? And his dad's coming home, so they have to quickly get dressed. The guy gets out of bed. He's wearing pants.
Where's Dad?
How do you do that? How does that even work? And they're buttoned and everything. Like, I don't understand. Okay, I see what you're trying to do here, buddy. I understand. I feel for you. But let me just tell you that turning your girlfriend into a zombie is probably not the wisest choice you could ever make in your life. And what is wrong with these guards at this government base? They're all completely brain dead. Like, God, does nobody patrol these hallways? Does nobody see them? And the MP waves them through again, like, no problem. Like, what? I don't understand. That supposedly metal wall is bending under his weight. That's hilarious. Do not open that. That has bad idea written all over it. Besides the fact that you can plainly see there's a corpse in it, I cannot begin to express what an awful, horrendous... Never mind. Never mind. Okay, you heard something. You saw there was a dead corpse in there. It's not in there anymore. Don't go looking. Oh, there you go. See, that's what happens. This is what you don't. This is why you don't do that. Okay, so they basically just explained that even though she was reanimated in time to reserve her thoughts, her brain's still essentially going to decompose over time. Which also makes... Actually, no, it doesn't make sense, because earlier in the film they established that when a corpse is reanimated in this universe with the... whatever the hell that chemical is called, their heartbeat starts up again, so that tells me that their organs restart. So if their organs are restart, why would their brains still continue to die? I don't quite get that, but it's a minor technicality. Alright, right now, I really, really want these new characters to die. Because I guess they're meant to be assholes, but I already hate them. So I hope, for the love of God, they get eaten or something, because they're total dicks. Wow, that store owner carries a revolver on him at all times. That's actually kind of badass. You know, she's right. You're bitching about how she's eating people. You saw what that stuff made the other corpse do. What did you think was going to happen? I mean, I understand you're a desperate man, and sometimes desperation leads us all to do stupid things. I get that, I really do. But, like, is this really that big a shock? Alright, so, I didn't want to make this joke, but the female lead's name is Julie, and the male lead running around shouting for her, shouting, Julie, Julie. After seeing Chris Chan videos, that there's a whole new perspective on. Yeah, you get the joke. I like how the crazy, paranoid, sewer-dwelling tramp guy is easily the smartest character in the whole movie.
Well, I wanted to say thanks.
And that's not like because the main characters are stupid or anything.
We're never gonna have a chance.
Guy did something stupid. But the tramp, like, just has this total different perspective on how things are. It's quite compelling.
What's this?
Mardi Gras coin. You gotta be here something.
So basically we've established that in order for her to keep control of herself, she has to inflict pain upon herself. Basically means, stabbing a shard of glass through her hand, something like that. It keeps her from feeling that, urge to eat that, zombies tend to do. Wow. I have my vote for the most unlikable characters in any movie, story, game, anything ever. I hate these people so much.
You know what? You don't look like you got rabies to me.
Please stab him. For the love of God, stab him in the face.
You look like my kind of bitch.
Good. She killed him. Violently so. Fucking deserved it. Thank heaven and high hell.
What you done?
Oh! So now that at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like at least 8 people, maybe 9, have turned into zombies. Now Curtis feels the need to say, oh my god, what have I done? Oh, and now you realize what you did. Well, that took a freaking long time, didn't it?
Sinclair here has requested that you...
Wait. So this kid breaks into a top-secret government facility, and I don't even think this counts as a slap on the wrist. Like, there's no way. Like, given into how many federal crimes have been committed. I mean, Jesus.
John, I have an order to do.
Wait, so he's allowed to walk freely around this government facility that he had broken into? Like this is totally cool? No problem, then. He can just see all this. And this is perfectly acceptable. No MPs are gonna force him out the building I'm sorry, I'm just floored by this whole scene. Like, I don't get. I don't get it. I don't get this. Good. That is exactly what I would have done in that situation.
What the hell is he doing here?
Oh! So it took the villain to notice the kid there. Like, no one questioned that before. Alright, so let me try to explain this woman's idea of super weapons, I guess. Her intent here is to use zombies as meat batteries and control them using cybernetic add-ons. So they're like invulnerable soldiers. Like, how is that economical in any way? Like, how expensive would it be to equip each and every zombie with these cyber suits? I don't... And then dealing with what's happening right now, because you can't control them, I just... Why try to weaponize the undead at all? Like, any time it's ever been seen in science fiction, it's always an awful idea. And it never goes well. So you have a shotgun. The zombie's trying to attack you. and you shoot it in the arm, and you shot the fuse box so it's dark now. This guy is the worst shot I have ever seen. It's a shotgun at close range. I think it's harder to miss. Well, that was quite an ending. Alright, let me just stop that. Okay, so that was Return of the Living Dead 3, and holy shit. Alright, first of all, immediate rating would be infinitely better than 28 Days Later in Every Conceivable Way. Not that 28 Days Later is a bad movie, but this movie did way better at entertaining me than anything. Plus, in some regards, it made a lot more sense, which is strange, considering this is going for a more campy, traditional zombie movie that doesn't really need an explanation, and 28 Days Later was actually trying to be realistic. Somehow, this movie ended up making more sense than the movie that was trying to be realistic. Anyway, so let's cover the basics. Actually, I'll tell you what I didn't like. Just to get that out of the way, because there wasn't much not to like. I did find that some of the set design laughable, as I mentioned before. You have this government building, and it's supposed to be like the steel, cage in a way, but most of the steel looks like plastic or styrofoam. It's hilarious, really. The walls are pink, which I don't really understand. But another thing that was driving me up the wall is the unrealistic nature in terms of what the male main character can get away with. I mean, he goes onto this government base not once but twice early in the film, and the MP just waves him through like it's totally cool. And I know his dad works for them, but that is not government protocol in any way. And at the end, he's just walking around with all these zombies, as the scientists are running all these tests, and that's apparently okay too. Little things like that. It's just like weird. But anyway, in terms of things I liked, let's see, the cinematography was actually really good. Camera placement was always appropriate. There was never a time where it was out of focus or they were doing something ridiculously artsy with it. It was always, standard. It was fairly standard stuff. The music was pretty top notch as well. It fit the mood and everything worked. The plot was actually pretty good, despite some of it not really making sense in terms of how the government really operates. I found one of the villains, her plan to weaponize these zombies so unrelentingly stupid. It was just astounding. I mean, as if the idea of weaponizing zombies wasn't dumb to begin with, and then we have this idiot come in like, let's put them all in cyber suits. How is that a good idea at any stage? No. Sorry, my dog's trying to go near the tripod. She's going to knock it over again. Don't do that. Don't go that way. Go around. Go around. Anyway. But, characters, were a very mixed bag. And by that I mean, I liked all the protagonists. They all fit their characters really well. All the actors did well. I mean, for a low-budget film, that's something to note. All the actors did a decent job. The villains, did their damnedest at being unlikable, but you shouldn't always. In my mind, when someone's a bad guy, you shouldn't completely hate their guts. I mean, you should, but you should be able to find, some likability in terms of what they're doing. There was nothing like about these villains. I hated every single one of them, and I was glad when they all died. And they all died painfully good because they were all a bunch of fucking douchebags. It's just Jesus. The effects were very impressive. Everything looked very real. Which is, I mean, there was obviously a lot of blood and gore. I mean, really, is there a way to do a zombie movie without that? But all the effects were actually quite well done. Anything else to say? Earlier I actually mentioned, this is going back to the plot, that, you know, the movie wasn't taking itself seriously. But honestly, I think it was, because there were, as the movie progressed, it got more and more serious, and at the end, I mean, there's like this one lesson throughout the whole movie. There's multiple lessons, you know, always help people, you know, try to, you have to let things go. I mean, there was a lot, you know, there were a lot of morals here, which is impressive, especially for what you'd think would be a cheesy horror flick. Turned out to be something a little bit better. And by a little bit, I mean a lot better. So, like, I am genuinely taken aback by the amount of depth there is to this story, to this movie. That's going along with the fact, I mean, this is the third in the series. You know, by this point, sequels get pretty stale. But it's a good flick. It's a really good film. So, I like this a lot. No! Oh, my dog is such a pain in my ass. Don't go under there! Anyway, but, yeah, if you ever see this film in a DVD store, or you can get it on Netflix, I don't know if you can, or if you ever have the chance to see it, by all means do. Especially if you like zombie movies. And even if you don't. It is a really good film. I would recommend it leagues over 28 Days Later. And 28 Days Later isn't even bad. This is just better. Way better. So with that, I think that about wraps it up. So until next time, this is Darkness, and I bid you all a fond farewell.